Today is a Throwback Thursday, and you might already know what we're going to be talking about. Maybe not.
Or not.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Nobody knows. The shadow knows.
The shadow knows.
The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name is El Pablo.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
So today is a very special day. We're excited. We're doing one of our most recent throwbacks ever.
Yeah.
In the history.
It is the most recent. I'm going to say that.
Yeah. No, probably. Let's edit that out. Let's edit probably out. This is our most recent throwback ever. We're doing a throwback all the way to last September when Narcos season 1 first hit your streaming waves.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of shit. It's I'm excited about Narcos. I jumped on the second season right away. Like I think at midnight when it came out, I was watching it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a lot of shit. A lot of Narcos stuff, a lot of Escobar stuff. We actually have a special guest here in the house as well. Brent and Grant hooked us up with someone who is a Pablo Escobar like a historian on Colombia, the drug trade. He knows everything that there is to know about Escobar. His name is Juan Costanza, and he's going to be in here in a little bit, giving us some shit, giving us some facts, and laying some knowledge out. Any
relation to George?
I think so. I think he is related to the character George Costanza from Seinfeld, the one who mistakenly is remembered as having a tiny penis, but he was in the pool. It was cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
Come
Shrinkage.
on, it was cold. Like everybody knows that it was cold. So give him some credit for how cold it was.
Yeah,
they didn't have a heated pool. So yeah, we got Juan. What was his name I said? Juan
Costanza.
Juan Costanza. Look, I better write this down because I'm gonna forget this gentleman's name. Costanza. Okay, so this was one of those shows for me when the first season came out. It was everybody was talking about it. It was on the Netflixes for forever, and it was the number one thing. Like, hey, you want to watch this? Hey, you want to watch Narcos? And I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I do, because it seems like there's been an oversaturation of Pablo Escobar's themed things.
Yes and no.
Yeah, there's
a lot of like bullshit documentaries and shit. A lot of fucking, but maybe a couple movies, but not really like real shit like this.
Yeah, so it's yeah, there hasn't really been like a real high budget thing. But also I found that a lot of people that are in Narcos have played in other like documentaries and HBO specials and shit about Pablo Escobar. They all play like different characters and shit. So
nice. That's
cool that they kind of took all of these different low budget ones that I had never heard about until Narcos came out. It's not like I knew about all this Pablo Escobar stuff.
Yeah.
I just found out that there was a lot of, different ventures going down this road. But one of the main differences that people need to keep in mind is that Narcos is not a show about Pablo Escobar. Narcos is a show about the cocaine trade and drug trafficking. So Pablo Escobar, they already said he's going to die at the end of the second season. If you've made it to the end of the second season, And the show will continue on because it's not about Pablo Escobar. He just happens to be a key role within this part of the story. But the producers said that they're going to continue as long as cocaine goes. They're actually just following the story of cocaine. and the people surrounding it. So
that's kind of cool, but I don't know how I feel about that.
yeah, because in a way they were like, when are we gonna stop? Never. We're just gonna fucking beat this show into the ground.
But ultimately, if you think about it, it's a fucking immediate downgrade every next season. Because, like, how could you go from the top of the top to the fucking next step down, next step down, next step down?
Yeah.
You know, like, nobody's ever filled the shoes of this guy.
Yeah, they blew their load in their first hand.
Yeah, I mean, like, the fucking stats are, like, astronomical.
Yeah.
There's no comparison, I don't think. Like, Pablo was fucking Jesus.
Yeah, he was
basically.
Yeah, he was all the way gangster. He was what he was what I think that he was more for his community than Al Capone was. Maybe not. They both killed a lot of people, but you know, he was that kind of same vein of somebody that was trying to help their community as opposed to somebody that was just trying to make money for themselves and get away. A whole big focus of the movie is that he won't leave Colombia. Like,
he ain't never killed nobody that was good.
No, well, there were there were quite a few public attacks and bombings that killed a lot of innocent people that were from his like direction. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So there was times that shit got a little tough, but that happens when you're in that life. You know what I mean? Shit's gonna get tough every once in a while.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
It's like the trash taking itself out.
Mm-hmm. If you want to fucking, if you want to make an omelet, you got to have the trash take itself out.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes? That's an old saying, right?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So yeah, he was a gangster, and we're about to get into just how gangster he was. A lot of people, you know, they get this exaggerated story from Narcos. A lot of it is added drama and stuff for fucking TV. And they have this idea of what Pablo Escobar was. But you might be mistaken, because I was. So we're going to find out right after this break.
Oh.
Hi, Max Headroom here with... This is my guest. I heard you were big time in the old pop biz. Well, I'm going to take that as a no comment. So, nitty-gritty time. What I'm talking about, and you're not, is that more people prefer the new refreshing taste of Coke over Pepsi. Sweating? It's true. More people are, as we Cokeologists say, catching the wave. Catch it if you can. Catch the wave. Coke.
Max Headroom, coming in strong. Do you remember those weird videos that we watched where that guy took over the TV fucking station in like Pittsburgh or wherever the fuck it was, and played some weird video of him in a Max Headroom mask?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's some heavy shit. I don't trust that guy whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not in my life. So Pablo Escobar grew up, poor in the streets of Colombia, and he used to be just a everyday criminal like everybody else. His thing was stealing tombstones. He would steal tombstones. He would sandblast the names off the tombstones and then sell them to somebody else so they can, buy a tombstone for super cheap, carve their loved one's name in it. And that's where it all started. And then he used to smuggle all kinds of goods and all kinds of things back and forth from communities and illegal shit and stereos and whatnot. And he had built these smuggling routes. So he was like, hey, I might as well try and get some cocaine through these smuggling routes. And I want to say the first episode of Narcos, where he's driving through, they get stopped at some government roadblock, and he gets out of his car. The dude who plays him, what's his name? I forget the guy's name, but the guy who plays Pablo fucking schools it. His name's Wagner Mora, and he fucking his demeanor and just the way that he stands, the way that he walks, the way that he looks is scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did a great job.
Just that first scene where he gets out of the car and he kind of walks up to the soldier and he's positioning his pants and fucking combing his mustache and and he's like, you're gonna let us go through, and he tells him where his family lives, like where his mom lives and like I don't remember exactly where it went, but he told him like some shit that was like, look, man, I could fuck your life. Just, it'd be done. So you're going to just let us drive through and pretend you never saw us. And he was like, okay, cool. And
what else would you do?
Yeah, he had that power his whole life. That power over people. I'd let him through.
I mean, I don't know. You can tell when you know, somebody's for real and when they aren't. And some dudes are just fucking, you know, sociopaths like him.
Yeah. And I think the scariest thing about it is that he's not visibly angry. Because somebody that gets all huff and puff and angry and shit and fucking, bro, they're most likely never going to touch you at all. Like,
that's what I mean. Like, sociopaths don't feel emotion. They can just fucking...
Yeah, they'll just fucking blow your brains out.
Look through your soul and tell you, this is what's happening, motherfucker.
Yeah. And what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, no, it's not like there's no question.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is it.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, no, that question's not coming from him. That's coming from me. That's a third party question. And I'm looking at both of them and I'm like, what you going to do, man? Nothing. Yeah. You ain't going to do nothing.
You better fall and pretend you're asleep right there. Bam! I'm out. I'm snoring.
That's really
out of here. Leave me alone.
That's really all you could do.
Play dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't win. You can't win in that scenario. You lost already. As soon as that motherfucker came driving up, your life was over.
Yeah. So he started with tombstones, trafficking shit, started moving cocaine in the 70s, and when he was at the height of his power, he was making $420 million a week. 420 a week. That's like crazy shit. There was so much money that he had to like he wrote off 10% of his money at the end of the year as being eaten by rats that would like break into his warehouse and shit.
Yeah.
He literally had a problem with rats eating his money. Who has that problem? Pablo Escobar. Name one other person. Like, it's ridiculous.
What does it say? 30 billion a year?
30 billion a year is what he was making. Mm-hmm. That's insane.
And then like,
and that's his
1 to 2 billion in losses per month.
Yeah, and is that part of the rats?
I don't know. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure those are part of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. In 1989, he was 17th richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Just some kid from Colombia. He spent $2,500 a month on rubber bands.
Just for his money.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? It's like, so how much money do you have to have until you start moving backwards because you have to buy $2,000 worth of rubber bands a month, but you're not moving backwards because you have so much fucking billions of dollars. And, you know, like above all of this, he stayed like a family man. They keep it a lot in the show. They portray it a lot, but that's how he was in real life. It was true to life that he loved his family. He loved his children. Life was family. Life was being happy with your family. You know, all of this stuff that he was doing on the side was so that he can have the power and he could provide and never have to worry. But most men that are even in 1% of the amount of power and level that Pablo Escobar was don't spend shit time with their family at all. They're like, I'm busy. You know what I mean? I got time for you little bastards. I'm going to hire a nanny to take care of you, and are just gone. So he was like, he was all about honor. That was another thing that I love from like the old school gangster life is like respect and honor. That's something that some people don't have nowadays.
It doesn't exist now, yeah.
Yeah, and respect could get you a long way, like a really long way. Just to respect somebody, know when to show respect and when not to, that would actually earn you a lot of points in the world. And now it doesn't mean shit, but he was the king of it.
When you kill 4,000 motherfuckers, 200 judges and over 1,000 police officers, I guess you get that respect. It's forced, for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, that's a lot of motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. That's what happens when you disrespect somebody like that.
It's a lot of shitty people, though. I bet you they were all crooked, too, because he was paying them off. They probably tried to fuck him over, and then, you know, he killed them or whatever. Nobody's innocent in any of this shit. I guarantee that 100%.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You don't come in contact with Pablo Escobar being a fucking innocent bystander. It's not possible.
Mm-hmm. And out of all these things, his family always, in trouble. All this crazy shit that he does. All of his friends being murdered. His brother died. All these people chasing him. There's only one thing that Pablo's afraid of. Only one thing in the whole entire world. And that is going to jail in America. And that is, I think everybody's afraid of that. That's unanimous. Nobody wants to go to jail anywhere, let alone, America or some third world country jail. Because when Pablo went to jail, a lot of people don't know how far this actually went. He was like, okay, I'll go to jail, but I'm going to build my own jail. And I'm going to have my own guards. Like, my men are going to be my guards. I'm going to have my own jail, which is going to have a fucking tennis court and a pool and fucking all this amazing. It was a mansion on top of a hill.
Check this out. If he was fucking American, I guarantee you he would have had that same opportunity here. Because when you're the 7th richest man in the world, there is no laws that bind you to shit. You know what I'm saying? He could easily have bought a prison with the Shell Corporation and employed that motherfucker himself, and then went and did his term at some supermax, because the private prison system in America is exactly that. It's for sale. It's private. It's not owned by the government. It's rented. So it's I don't know, man. It's crazy. I get the fear for being from somewhere else and being an international fucking criminal like he was. He definitely had to fear for America, but yeah, man, he was going no matter what eventually. Yeah. So, you got that type of money, he could have fucking, like I said, he could have just bought some shit and worked it out to where he just served some kind of fucking, because everybody gets out eventually over drug shit like that, he never really got pinned for the murders himself. Bosses don't get pinned for that shit. Yeah. Even if they're indirectly responsible, they don't. There's lines through it, everything. So
Yeah, he didn't do anything. It was just all other people. Unless you're Charles Manson, you're not going to get fucking charged for that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't know. He could have got some 30 years or something like that. And probably could have got out Boston George or somebody like that. Or fucking Rick Ross or I don't know. Rick Ross was making a lot of money, and that fool got out. So
yeah.
Imagine that, right? If he was the 7th richest man in the world back then, and he was making $30 billion a year, what do you think his total net worth was by the time he got caught? Hundreds of billions of dollars, probably.
And then imagine if he didn't get caught, and if he was fucking still operating, still doing. But I'm just saying, old as fuck.
Even though he got caught, let it all be. He fucking wasn't getting caught or whatever. He already had $100 billion.
Yeah.
He goes to jail for 30 years. He gets out and still has $99 billion or whatever, And that motherfucker would be able to change Earth still. I think, because that's a huge amount of money. It's not the size of our debt, but yeah. $100 billion, bro. That's a lot of fucking money. He could have bought his damn country.
Yeah, he would have been fine.
Yeah, he still could have bought it when he got out, and then he could be selling the drugs to the fucking CIA like they're doing now or whatever.
Yep.
Who knows? Crazy scenario, man. If he would have lived, if he wouldn't have died, who the fuck knows what would have happened?
Yeah, it's crazy shit, man. And he definitely lived a crazy life with all of those billions of dollars. One of the most impressive things to me, which is a small thing, is that he when he had his first house, his first chunk of land, and it was a big fucking mansion on his farm kind of thing, and he imported a bunch of animals because he loved all these exotic creatures that were only in these certain parts of the world. And there's a scene in the first season where he has all these birds in a tree, and he's yelling at them to stay in the tree. He's like, you fucking birds, stay in the tree. Like, I paid millions of dollars for you. This is where you live. And they're like all flying away. And he's like, stop flying. Stay in the fucking tree. And fucking, they're obviously not listening to them. And he's just like, what the fuck? These fucking birds. But those birds actually stayed there, started breeding. And now there's a population of those birds. There's also hippos that live on one of his estates that also started breeding. And he brought in so many that they started this population of animals that aren't indigenous to that area, that have never been in Colombia. Now they're there because Pablo Escobar wanted to see him outside of his window.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to wake up in the morning and see a fucking hippo walking around his yard. And he was like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to get. And now there's fucking hippos that live there naturally.
Yeah.
It's a trip, man.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's, I don't know. There's too much good stuff about him for them to only have, like, narrowed it down to such a small amount of time.
Yep.
You know, like, they're really fast forwarding through that shit.
Yeah, they are. But that's why there's fucking 15 other, like, documentaries about, documentaries about, Pablo Escobar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just pick and choose what part of his life you want to see.
Yeah, I'm really bummed that the show is not going to be about him anymore. That's dumb.
Yeah, apparently it's going to switch to the Cali cartel because after he dies, then the Cali cartel was the ones that took over most of the cocaine trade because they had worked out a deal with him to where he got Miami, but they got New York, and there was significantly more people in New York at the time. There's like 1.8 million in Miami, and then there was like 8 million in New York. So they had this huge market. So when he dies, they take over Miami, and I guess the third season is going to be about the Cali cartel.
That's all right, I guess. I don't know. I've never really been into, like, all the stupid coke movies and shit anyways.
Yeah.
I never really cared about them.
It's because they're all done wrong. Everything is like, it's like too fucking, it's too over the top, like what you think the drug game would be like. But
well, no, it was just like too unrelatable. You know, nobody could ever relate to fucking Tony Montana. Nobody could ever relate to Pablo Escobar or like fucking El Chapo Guzman. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can relate to those characters. They're so unfathomable. You don't understand what it's like to live in absolute luxury and not have to worry about a motherfucking thing and spend shit like it was never existed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's unreal. So like that's why I've never been too much of a fan because like there was no realness to it. There's nothing I could understand. A fucking street person, average, everyday, you know, whatever. You can't ever relate to something like that.
Yep. And we're gonna find out just how real it was with our guest Juan Costanza right after this break. Word.
Bacon cheeseburger, medium rare, lettuce, tomato, onion, and ketchup. Big ice cold frosty Coca-Cola next to it. Look at that, huh? Perfecto-ness. This is real refreshment, real big taste. Now see, if you were another cola, number 2 or number 29, you'd do taste tests and challenges and stuff and try and compare yourself to this, wouldn't you? Sure, don't shake your head now. You would too, you sneaky devil. See, that's why they call this the real thing. Yes, it is. Coca-Cola is it.
You sneaky devil. Look who's talking.
Oh, yeah. What's your date, ready? It should have been a pudding commercial.
I'm going to cough for a while. I haven't taken a dab in like 2 days. And during that commercial break, the weed man showed up, and I got some of this Puffin Pass Sour OG Kush Nug Run.
Nice.
From Circle of Dreams Farms in San Luis Obispo, California. So if you're in Central California, go to them. Go to there and cough like me. Okay, 1 second. I'm just gonna cough for a while. All right, I'm ready. I'm not ready. I'm still coughing. All right.
Okay.
We have in the house a guest. From what I was told, He is a expert on the Colombian drug trade, a Pablo Escobarian historian, and just knows all that there is to know about everything that there is to know about about cocaine and Pablo Escobar.
All right.
It's real hard to talk and put words together after that dab.
Nice.
I am still coughing. I'm gonna go and cough. I'm gonna go cough for a while. I'm gonna bring Juan in here. You talk to him, okay?
All right.
All right. Juan, you're set, man. Come on. Yep. Hello. Is this it? Do I talk
yeah.
right here?
Tell us about Pablo.
What you talking about? Hello. Are we on? Is this going?
It's as going as it's gonna be.
All right. I hear you got some questions about Pablo Escobar.
Sure.
First of all, my name's Juan Costanzi, and I am an expert on everything that there is to know about Pablo Escobar. So, what do you need to do? What do you need to know?
I don't know. I thought you were just gonna tell us stuff.
All right. Okay. Pablo Escobar was born in 1823. And Pablo, he was born in Madrid, Spain.
Oh, nice.
He was Pablo. He was on a soccer team.
I think you're drunk.
I think that's how you say it there. Soccer team.
I think you're drunk.
And let's see. He Pablo Escobar. He was a cocaine salesman. And cocaine is it's a derivative of the Coca-Cola plant.
Well, since you don't know much about Pablo, what about
What are you
George?
saying, sir? What are you trying to say, sir?
I'm saying you don't know shit about Pablo.
You say I don't know nothing about Pablo?
Nope.
Okay, first of all, Pablo Escobar was the 17th most rich
How
man
did you even get in here?
in America. Look, Brant and Grant are my sons, and I told them, you work on this podcast now, and I'm gonna get myself on there and talk about what I love, which is Pablo Escobar. And if you're gonna tell me that I don't know nothing about Pablo, then we ain't got nothing to say.
All right.
All right, I'm done. Grant, I'm out of here. You
All
go
right.
get on set.
Can you ask them to come in?
What happened? What did you say to that guy?
I don't know, dude. That dude's crazy.
He just left. He just stormed out past me. I was gone for 5 minutes. Not even. What did you learn? What did he say about Pablo Escobar? Did he say any cool shit?
Yeah, he tried to say he was born in the 1800s and shit.
What? Was he drunk?
I don't know. And then he said he was like Brant and Grant's dad or something.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
I know that he didn't look, when he left, he didn't look anything like I thought he was going to look like. Maybe it was like racist of me to think that Juan Costanza wasn't going to be a 7-foot tall cowboy with a gray Sam Elliott mustache.
I don't know. And I tried to ask him about George and he got offended.
Oh, shit. Well, I guess he's not related to George, or they don't talk anymore or something.
George is the popular one.
Yeah, that's probably what it is, taking all the shine.
Yep.
So he didn't know anything about Pablo Escobar at all?
Definitely not.
What the fuck? All right. We're just going down the same damn road with these executives, man. Hold on. I mean, great executives, guys. Joe, let me talk to you over here real quick. It's like, why do executives think that they could just come in here and, like, change things? I mean, I guess that's kind of what they do, right?
I don't know, but it sucks.
Why is Brant and Grant's dad here pretending to know about Pablo Escobar when we're live to fucking 30,000 people?
Who knows?
I feel like our audience got smaller since the last time I made up
too.
a number.
Actually small. Oh, shit.
To fucking 3 million people.
Well, it's not hard to wonder why.
I'm going to edit that out.
Yeah.
Man, all right. Well, I don't know. We'll just edit all that out. I'm going to come in later. I'm going to edit all that out. And then we're just going to replace it with talk about Narcos, the TV show, okay?
Or this clip.
Oh, you're right. I do have a clip here somewhere. Okay, let's go back to it. All right, so thanks for joining us there, Juan Costanza.
Apparently.
And we actually have a interview here that hopefully is not going to play. Okay, good.
With Juan?
We have an interview here with Juan. It's with Wagner Mora, which I may be saying that wrong. We'll find out. I say a lot of things wrong. And this is an interview with him and done by the beautiful, talented Chelsea Handler.
So when you were growing up, you were aware of Pablo Escobar, right? Do you remember when he died and when he was killed?
I remember, I mean, though I'm Brazilian and it's kind of close to
Doi.
Colombia,
Doi.
I didn't
Yeah,
know, actually, I
that's a
didn't
real
know
throwback.
much about Pablo Escobar. I remember when I was a kid I remember the image of the fat guy dad on the rooftop.
Yeah.
You know, that was and I was like, whoa, I remember that I thought, wow, he's really fat. You know, that was my kid's imagination. And then, but most of the things, basically everything that I know about Pablo now today, I learned by just researching about him after the show.
So when does season 2 premiere?
September 2nd. Yeah. It's really cool. It's a really cool season. It's all about Pablo on the run because the first season covers like 10 years of Pablo's life from the first day he sees cocaine for the first time till the day he escapes from La Catedral. So it's kind of 10 years. And now it's it's from the day Pablo escapes till his death.
So in the season...
Pablo's gonna die this season.
Oh, wow. Spoiler alert.
It's just funny. If you go to Google, you kind of can't see what happens to Pablo.
Okay. Well, that's interesting to know. Thank you for sharing that with us.
There we go. Spoiler alert. Pablo
spoiler.
dies. I think I already said that.
I don't know.
I think I might have said that like 20 minutes ago.
So, homeboy gained 40 pounds to play this part
Yeah.
and still had to wear a fake stomach.
That's funny.
That is funny, huh?
He also had to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
And
I mean, which I don't know how hard it is to learn Spanish when you already speak Portuguese. I mean, like that's kind of similar in some of it.
yeah, he already has like a lot of the pronunciation and like the tongue roll that nobody could do right and stuff like that. You know what I mean? All that shit's
but
already
still,
done.
To fucking learn the language for that part is still impressive. you
Yeah,
know?
and to sound like he sounded fluent, like it sounded like that was his first language. You know what I mean? And he gets fucking all savage with it too. He's all like, "Eletos de putas a todas."
Whatever that means.
That was half. There was a Spanish word in there somewhere.
So, what's that saying that he does say?
Which one?
He says, plata o plomo. You know what that means?
Oh, it's I do know what it means. It's bullets, something.
It's accept money or face bullets.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
that's dope. Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
what's
If you're some government guard watching a road, and it's just you, like say if it's
Gangster shit.
if it's you and me watching a road, there's nobody else there, no cameras, no commanding officers, and Pablo comes through and he's like, all right, look, I'll either give you guys money or I'll shoot you guys. 100%, I'm taking money. Like, that's fucking easy. That's an easy choice. You know what I mean?
For anybody.
Yeah, do I want to be dead or do I want to be richer than I was earlier?
Yeah.
Obviously. Come on, guys.
Spin it.
Come on. So there was a lot of inaccuracies and things that were exaggerated for the show. That is, totally understandable. That's what based on a true story is. They kind of add some flair to it, zazz it up a little bit. But a lot of it was, based on real shit. I was reading this interview with the actual DEA agents, Steve Murphy and Javier Pena. And they were talking about how a lot of their characters' dynamics is like exactly on point, except for the fact that they didn't really argue. They like got along the whole time and they were on the same page, but they added a lot of arguing and a lot of bullshit for like the dramatic effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So, besides that,
Besides that, it's
Besides
all
that,
real. No,
everything's real.
Yeah, I mean, like they got a basic story, and that's what I was saying. You know, before we started, was like I'm kind of bummed that they did so much amount of time in the first season because there's probably so much more that they could have talked about that would have been like as interesting or more interesting than the shit they did. It felt really open and really rushed. And I haven't started the second season yet, but I'm about to. I've just been putting it off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought. I don't know. I just really thought that. I thought it was really good, but I just felt like there's no way that was 10 years worth of shit. You know.
Yeah, true. But they definitely could have taken their time with it. They could have fucking spread it out into like a 5-season thing that did the whole story. But
yeah, it could have been only about him and would have been successful because they were doing it right.
Yeah, but tomato.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Who knows?
You should definitely start the second season, man. It's dope.
Yeah, I'm about to.
It's sick. And anybody out there who hasn't started the second season should do it. And if you haven't seen the first season, then what are you waiting for? Get down. Show's dope. And it's only 2 seasons, so you could binge watch it in like a couple sittings.
Yeah, or like one day if you have like.
Yeah. Or a half a day.
Yeah.
Or you could watch them all in an hour if you overlap them on top of each other. Like if you like have the screens to where it'll be one episode and then on top of it will be another episode and then another one, like you're stacking paper. And then you just play them all, and it's just a big mess of sound and movement and colors. And then
10 eyes.
And then boom, you got them done. Would you say black ice?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, dude. Narcos is a shit. I'm interested to see what happens if they, where they go with the third season. It's gonna make or break it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like the band that makes their third album. They release their first album, everybody loves it. Second album's off the hook, and then they're like, what are you gonna do with the third album? It can't be the same as the first 2. It's got to be different, but it can't be like anything else.
It's like a third album with a fucking new lead singer.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like,
We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, we will see.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
Oh, we gon' see.
Hey, we did good. No spoilers on the second season, huh?
Yeah, except for that he dies.
Well, that's not our fault. He said it.
Yeah, no spoilies. Now we can put it in the description. No spoilers for the second season.
Bam.
Yep. Pablo dies. His son dies.
They all die. Everybody dies.
Everybody dies. His mom goes to church. Oh, she's not allowed, but she goes anyway. There you go. Spoiler alert. Okay. Peace, bitches.
Natural Habitat Recording.